Let's start with a simple example of a sales process customization. Suppose in your company you would like to enforce a rule that whenever an opportunity changes to in discussion status, there needs to be a value in the action item field. In the past, this would have been done with a client script on the opportunity form, but I'm going to show you how to quickly provide a solution using SuiteFlow. SuiteFlow's primary object is called a workflow. Workflows operate on individual records by performing actions under varying conditions. To create a workflow in NetSuite, we navigate to the Workflow Manager page. It looks like some of the other tools you've seen in NetSuite. There's a summary pane on the left and detail on the right. In this case, as you'll soon see, the summary pane shows a graphical representation of the workflow. Let's call this workflow Opportunity Action Item. Workflows operate on records. We set the record type of this workflow to Opportunity. And let's set it to Testing Mode. Now we indicate when this workflow will be triggered on records. Workflows can be triggered based on events, such as the creation or update of a record, or for existing records based on a scheduled search. In this case, we're going to have the workflow operate on new and existing records before the record is loaded. We can specify a condition to limit this workflow. We're only going to run this workflow for opportunities that have the opportunity status set to Opportunity Identified. As records proceed through a workflow, they can exist in different states, so that the workflow can perform various actions under different circumstances. We'll see that in action in a minute, but this simple workflow is only going to have one state. So I create a state called Entry using the graphical diagram on the left. Now I save the workflow. To have workflows actually do something, you choose any of a variety of actions to perform when a record is in one of the states of your workflow. Here is a list of the available actions. You can also define your own custom actions in SuiteScript. I create a new workflow action to set a field to mandatory. The field I'm going to set to mandatory is the action item field. And I'll trigger this action after the user edits the opportunity status field. I will trigger this action in the case that they set the opportunity status field to the value in discussion. In this case, the action will fire and set the action item field to mandatory. Done. Let's try it out. I create a new opportunity. Let's give it a company, a title, and a projected total. Notice that the action item field is not mandatory. Now let's set the status to in discussion. Notice that the action item field is mandatory, and I can't save the record without entering a value.